Get your mother-loving ears on because your big-time radio DJ's got news. PayPal lets you choose how you want to pay for all the stuff. With PayPal, I can pay in-store, pay online, or pay over time. What's that? You want this translated into song? I hope you're sitting down. You can pay your own way. You keep those ears on, you hear? Don't just pay, baby. PayPal.
Learn more at paypal.com.
In Walmart's Who Newville, joy started to grow. For online-only savings sure to steal the show. Tech treats and toys so dazzling and new. Walmart Cyber Monday deal soon ready for you. It's online only with very little time to spare. December 1st will soon be here, so be sure to be there. The Who's are prepared. Are you ready too? A day packed with savings. Amazing! Who knew? Subject to availability, terms and fees apply.
Okay, does your pig bite?
No.
Do pigs bite?
This is the plaintiff, Scott Moberg. He says he was driving down the street one day, and all of a sudden the two cars in front of him came to a short stop to avoid hitting a pig in the road. That's right, a pig. He couldn't stop his car in time and ended up hitting the car in front of him. The defendant let her pig get loose. The pig caused the accident, and the defendant owes him for the $3,000 worth of damage he caused. This is the defendant, Betsabet Garabelli. She says her pot-bellied pig was outside eating grass at the time of the accident and was nowhere near the street where the accident occurred. Plus, her pig is really, really smart and would never go on the road or cause any problems. Bottom line, the accident was not her fault, nor her pig Rosie's fault, so nothing is owed. She's accused of being a road hog.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is everyone who's testifying been sworn? Did you swear or affirm the pig? Which one?
I wasn't sure.
This was
I
a
swore
first
to
in
pig.
my courtroom. Okay, Scott Moberg, you are suing Betsabet Garabelli?
Yes.
Okay, for $3,000 in damages to your car, and a ticket that you received, and your increased insurance rates, because according to you, you had a car accident thanks to the pig getting loose. Tell me what happened. We have a diagram there. Maybe you could use that to explain it. Can you walk on over there?
Come on up here, sir.
The pig was in the road. A work van stopped short, didn't hit the pig, avoided hitting the pig. This car stopped short, and I couldn't stop in time, and I rear-ended him. This car was totaled out. This guy just drove off. Defendant's house is right here. She came out and picked up the pig out of the middle of the road, went back inside.
Did you see her pick up the pig?
Yep.
Okay.
I live down the street. I've actually seen the pig in the last few weeks being loose, too. Many reports...
Do you have pictures?
No, I don't. Many reports of...
Do you have a phone that takes pictures?
Yeah, but I was driving down the road.
Did you file any reports with animal control at that point?
The police have a report. They did a drawing.
No, I mean, did you, when you saw the pig loose again, file any reports with animal control about it?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, go ahead and go back.
Step right back. Thank you.
Did your pig get loose? What are you doing with a pig?
It's my son's pig, but...
Who's your son?
Jeffrey.
What are you doing with a pig?
It's not your average pet, and that's kind of like what I like.
Okay, where do you guys live?
I live in Bridgewater, New Jersey, north.
Do a lot of people have pigs where you're from?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
Okay, that's why it's not your average pet?
Yeah.
Okay, does your pig bite?
No.
Do pigs bite?
Yeah.
Oh, I think some, but not ours.
Just not, like she's protective, so she bites like if you're on our territory, you know, she's very territorial. She'll bite then, but right now she's...
I kind of want to touch her. Is that a bad idea?
Oh, that's all right.
If you can touch her, you can pet her.
Can you do that?
She coming?
Come on.
Wow, that pig hair is not soft, huh? acts like a porcupine.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to have a pig? Have you gotten in trouble for having the pig?
No.
Never.
Did animal control come talk to you?
No.
Nobody ever came to talk to you?
Mike.
No.
You said in your answer to the complaint that somebody came
Are
to
you
talk
actually
to you.
step back? Go back to the seat, please.
No officer, no police officer?
Oh, the police
officer.
Yeah, the
Okay.
police officers come and talk to me.
Okay, now runaway pig? Okay. What's your pig's name?
Rosie.
Rosie. Okay, you know we're having pork for lunch, right? Sorry, Rosie. That's why she's so upset. You know we're having pork for lunch, for real. All right, what happened?
Okay, I took Rosie out of my backyard. We have fence in, which I leave her over there. And I was getting ready to go to work, and I went inside to do my hair. And then after like maybe 15 minutes, I went outside.
Why? Because you heard the commotion outside.
No, I went outside to bring the piggy inside.
And the pig wasn't there.
The pig wasn't there, it was in the front. So when I
Right.
looked, the piggy was eating the grass by the mailbox of my neighbors.
Well, how'd your pig get out, ma'am?
She got loose.
How? You better find out. That's not a good answer because your pig got loose.
I know.
So
I know.
obviously what you think is secure is not secure. So
Yeah,
and you
she
can't figure it
broke
out.
the
You're
fence.
baffled still all this time later? Come on up.
There's a problem with our fence, so we put her in our fenced-in garden, and she figured out how to get out of that too.
How did she get out?
Well, our fence locks from the top, and she can push her way through the bottom.
Oh, well, okay. So what have you done to fix that so that there's not other
Well-
car accidents?
Well, we haven't put her back there ever, like since then.
Since that day.
So we just take her out specifically to do her business, and then we bring her inside.
And you stay there.
Yeah, and then we bring her inside with us so that she stays in the house with us. You know?
How long have you had the pig?
Over a year.
How do you know that pig wasn't on the street? I mean, you make this statement and you answer the complaint, you say the pig was not on the street.
Because I wasn't outside when the car accident happened. When I walked in, I saw the pig was eating the grass by the mailbox by my neighbors.
My pig couldn't have caused the plaintiff's accident because I found her on the front lawn eating grass, not in the road.
Not on
Plus,
the
she
road.
is
I
really
didn't-
smart. She never causes damage or problems.
I never had any problem before. Never.
I
This is the
understand that,
first
but what do you
time.
think, the pig understands the rules of the road and what asphalt and versus grass is? Come on. I don't care how smart the pig is.
People witnessed it too.
I know. I see it in the police. There's absolutely no question that pig was in the roadway, folks. And
Right.
that you guys better make
Obviously.
it your business to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
Harvey Levin here. Welcome back to the People's Court. So here's the deal. You have to have a dog on a leash when you go out in public. Do you have to have a pig on a leash? What do you think?
Yes.
Why?
Well, it's an animal as well, so.
But pigs are extremely smart animals. I mean, dogs are too, but pig on a leash?
Yes, of course.
Why are you saying of course like that?
I mean, because it's a domestic animal, so you would figure that.
If it's domestic, I'm taking it to a restaurant. I mean, do you have to have a pig on a leash?
Of course. You don't want that pig running around everywhere.
Oh, God, nobody's going to understand this. They obviously unfamiliar with Arnold Ziffel going inside the courtroom.
So let's talk about the accident. Let me be very clear on this. If your car hit the pig, I've had these cases before where the car has hit the dog and killed the dog, and the dog owner is very distressed, and then next thing you know, they're brought to court for the damages to the car. And the car owner is in the right legally. Because if you've let loose your dog, and then your dog all of a sudden runs in front of a car, and the car doesn't have time to stop, the damages that occur to the car belong to you, the dog owner. They're your problem for letting your dog loose. So had you hit the pig, or had you swerved to avoid the pig or something and that caused the accident, she'd have to be paying for your damages. But what we have here is a different car accident. We have the first car in time to swerve and avoid the pig, the second car in time to stop, and the third car, you get the ticket because you're supposed to be traveling at a safe enough speed behind a car in front of you so that you don't end up hitting them. You're supposed to be able to stop when they stop.
Even with witnesses saying that I couldn't stop in time?
What do you mean you couldn't stop? By definition, you should be able to stop in time. Your distance between you, I don't abdicate that to somebody else. You're supposed to have your car back enough, one car length for every 10 miles, where you would be able to stop if the car in front of you suddenly stops. That's why you ended up getting the ticket. So although I find great fault with them and their pig being in the middle of the road, I have to find that it's the cause of the accident as opposed to your negligence for them to have to pay for your damages.
I just figure common sense says if the pig wasn't there, there'd be no accident.
Well, yeah, and if you'd left 10 minutes earlier, there'd be no accident. And if the red light was timed differently, there'd be no accident. But there still has to be causality.
There's numerous reports in the town of their pig being loose.
Do you have those?
No, I don't.
Okay.
And there's reports of the park police picking up her pig.
How many times has your pig gotten loose?
I never heard anything. I never have any
How many
problem.
times has your pig gotten loose?
I think she's got loose one time before that.
And so this is the second time she's been loose. How is it animal control doesn't do something?
Well, she wasn't loose for very long. That's what we're saying.
Just long enough to cause an accident?
Yeah.
According to him?
Yeah, she was in the front eating grass.
I mean, you understand that she could get killed by the car that's in front, that, if the person's, anything. They're reaching down to look at their radio, they're doing anything.
Yeah.
It kind of behooves you that there not be a first time, much less a second time,
Yeah, I know.
Right.
So is it better to hit the pig then, I guess?
Yeah. Better to hit the pig, except for you didn't hit the pig. You hit the car in front of you, which you're supposed to be traveling at a safe enough distance behind. Are you understanding why I'm ruling?
I understand you completely.
Yeah, it's,
It's just if the pig wasn't there, it wouldn't have been an accident.
Yeah, but if you were traveling at the distance you are required to travel,
I understand.
there wouldn't have been an accident. Because apparently the other two cars could figure it out. You're the only car that hit a car.
Yeah, but with witnesses right across the street saying, everybody said to me, even the girl said, she goes, there's no way he could stop in time.
That's not.
I understand.
That's not a factual conclusion. It's a legal conclusion that I don't abdicate to someone else. Nobody does it. I understand that nobody does it, but you understand that you're required to be a car distance for every X number of miles away. And the reason why that's the requirement, the reason why you will always get that ticket is because you're the cause of the accident. Okay, because the first car was able to avoid the pig, the second car was able to avoid the pig. And I know that spiritually it feels like the pig is the cause of the accident. I understand exactly what you're saying. But legally speaking, you cannot collect on this case and you're going to have to eat your own damages. You apparently didn't have collision, right?
Yeah.
You had liability. So the car in front of you ended up totaled?
Yep.
Was yours totaled? No.
I had $2,400 worth of damage.
Yeah.
And
my
she
hands are tied
she
on
doesn't
this.
even realize I was her kid's soccer coach even.
For real?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
When did you find that out? Right now?
Just now.
With this kid? This kid?
No, her daughter.
Her daughter.
Jennifer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, my goodness.
So he's my neighbor,
That's
but he
awkward.
doesn't live close by me. He's probably 3 or 4 blocks away. I mean, I don't know.
All right, guys. Good luck.
All right.
Hold on right here,
Thanks.
please.
Well, the plaintiff finds out that it's not the pig's fault.
It's bad neighbor policy. You got a bad neighbor living down the street that lets her pigs run loose. What can you do next time I make bacon?
Well, that's not necessarily the answer. The answer is not the pig was in the road. It was that you were too close to the car in front of you.
Yeah, but if the pig wasn't there, nothing would have happened.
Yeah, and if the sun didn't come up, none of us would be here.
Exactly.
But you were too close to the car in front of you, and you should have left a little more room. That's the legality of it.
It's a bad neighbor. Legality, maybe, but
Nothing against the pig, right?
nothing. I just hit the pig next time.
Okay. Okay. So come on out here, Rosie. All right. Come on in and tell me, what do you make of all this?
I'm just glad that this is all over. But I know that this is going to happen and nothing is going to happen to us because it's not the pig's fault. I know something somehow escaped. But
What does the pig, is the pig smart?
Yeah.
How smart is, show us.
She figures a lot of things out. We have to constantly rearrange the house because she gets into everything she wants to get into. She'll find a way to get into.
Bring Rosie over. Does Rosie do any tricks or anything?
I think she could stand up if I held her.
Stand up, yeah. Stand up. Come on.
Rosie,
Come on.
Rosie, you hungry?
Yeah.
Look at you. Look at you.
Hey.
She found it.
Throw it to Harvey, Rosie. All right, Harvey, take it.
Well, the onus is on the plaintiff to look out for things that jump out from out of the blue, and the fact is he wasn't that far enough behind. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
We find Vecna, we end this once and for all, together.
On December 25th.
We have a plan. It's a bit insane. Everyone in?
He knows where we are.
Watch out!
Get ready for one last adventure.
We stay true to ourselves. Stay true to our friends, no matter the cost.
Found you. Stranger Things, Season 5, Volume 2 begins December 25th, only on Netflix.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. You're ready to move your business forward, but first, you need to find the right team. Start your search with Indeed Sponsored Jobs. It can help you reach qualified candidates fast, ensuring your listing is the first one they see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs are 90% more likely to report a hire than non-sponsored jobs. See the results for yourself. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the plaintiff, Patrick Lacey. He says he rented an apartment from the defendant, and the guy never had the right to rent the apartment to him in the first place. That's right, he actually took rent and security on a house he didn't own. And if he thinks he can just get away with stealing from someone like that, he is sorely mistaken. That's why he's suing him here for the $2,100 he's owed. This is the defendant, Sean. He says he had a rent-to-own deal with the owner of the house, and he was just as surprised as the plaintiff when he came home one day and all their stuff was on the front lawn. Turns out the owner decided to lock them out. They went to court and won because the judge deemed it an illegal eviction. He's sorry, but the money the plaintiff gave him is all tied up right now, and he's just going to have to wait until he gets everything sorted out before he can even think of giving him a refund. He's accused of being a big pretender.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff rented from the defendant but says the place was illegal. The defendant says he's a victim too. They were both thrown out by the real landlord. It's the case of the tenuous tenant.
Sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Patrick Lacey?
Yes, ma'am.
You are suing Sean. You've asked to be referred to only by your middle name for $2,100 that you've paid him in rent and security deposit because, as it turns out, you were unceremoniously tossed out by what you say is the true owner of the property. What is going on?
Yes, Your Honor. I was looking for an apartment in early November. Around November 5th, I saw a posting on Craigslist for a room in Crown Heights for $700 a month. And I texted the number and wanted to see it that evening. I received the text back from Sean saying that I could come see the room that night. I took my paycheck stubs.
So you see it and then you like it, and then do you sign something?
I don't sign anything that night. No, it's not until 3 days later, November 8th. I agreed.
Then you sign something November 8th?
I signed a lease.
Do you have the lease with you?
I have a copy of one of the other tenants' lease. My lease was amongst the property that was destroyed. It was in my file
cabinet. Okay, so let me see a copy. Well, I don't know what that, but let me see a copy of.
All right. Yeah.
And is that other tenant's lease between that other tenant and him?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
This is the exact same lease that I signed. The only difference is where it says to one, it would say Patrick Lacey.
Okay. So what happened?
Well, what happened is I was living at Lincoln Place for a good month. I had paid.
Was your lease a month long?
It was month to month. So the agreement was we would pay $700 a month.
This lease says, lease term, the sublease will be for a term beginning November 8th and ending December 7th.
Right. So each month we would sign a new lease agreement. That was the agreement between myself and the defendant.
Didn't you find it bizarre that someone would have you sign a new lease each and every month? That wasn't like a heads up that maybe something was weird?
For me, no. This was actually the first apartment I've gotten on my own since I've lived in New York.
All right. So what ends up happening in the middle of December? You live there in November, incident-free, and then you live there half of December.
Not half of December, up until December 9th. I arrived home at 1 a.m. in the morning, which was really December 10th. I'd been at school studying for my finals. I got home to discover that there was a lock and chain on the front door. I also have pictures of that.
Let me see.
Yes. There you go, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
The first few pictures, Your Honor, are of the property prior to the break-in and our property being destroyed, and then the rest of the pictures are after the property was destroyed.
So you come home and what do you see?
I see a lock and chain on the front door. There's no posting indicating that we've been evicted. The windows of the top floor, the second floor, which were the windows to my room, were all busted out. There were dresser cabinets. Some of them belong to me. Some of them belong to another
They actually
tenant.
went inside and just started taking an axe to the walls and stuff?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Who did this?
We believe it was, okay, here's what happened. In December 16th, we went to court, myself, the defendant, and the 3 other tenants who were residing at Lincoln Place.
Wow.
We were trying to get permission to get back into the premises to see if there was anything left.
Yeah, but how'd you know who to go to court against?
I went to the Department of Records, Land Records, to find out who owned the deed to the property. She is deceased. Her granddaughter is now, I believe it's Lisa, the administrator of her estate. Now, in, I want to say, July of 2013, Lisa, Victoria, and their father, Wellington, each have an interest in the property.
Oh, my God.
They signed a contract of sale with Baruch
But did he close on it?
It is not closed because there's so many split interests. There's also liens on the property.
So it's in process to be sold to Baruch.
Yes, but what I believe is that, and from all the information I've learned since our court date on the 16th, is that, and according to Lisa's testimony on the 16th, she believed that once she signed that contract of sale, she no longer had any responsibility for that property. The judge said that was not the case.
No, of course not. Until you close,
Right.
it's your property.
Right, but what it seems like, and this is, I have to wait until the civil suit. I filed for the civil suit to take
Who'd you file against?
Baruch and Lisa.
Okay.
Sorry, let me.
Oh my
catch up with my
gosh.
thoughts. Yeah, so much has happened. It's hard to keep
Oh
up with
my
everything.
God, I'm in shock.
Right.
Who do you think did this, Baruch?
Baruch is the one.
Why?
who had
Because
the
Lisa
people-
what?
They may be working together. I honestly have
But she doesn't
no
care.
clue. But
She thinks she's done. She
from
wants
her
her money.
testimony, it seemed that she does not
okay,
care.
so what testimony did you hear her give? Because they were held in front of the judge
Mm-hmm.
on December 16th to explain why there was an illegal lockout. Because you can't just do that. You can't just throw
Right.
people out like that and change locks.
Well, what Lisa said was that her and her sister were residing at Lincoln Place up until February of 2012. Then they left the property because they deemed it was uninhabitable. Their mother had passed away, and the place was just falling to disrepair.
Wait, how does he come in, though?
This is where it gets interesting.
This is where it gets interesting?
Well, even more
I'm
interesting, Your
fascinated
Honor.
for the last 10 minutes.
What I believe, since the place was not occupied since February of 2012, I believe that the defendant saw a vacant property, decided to capitalize on an opportunity, broke in, had a little money to fix up the place, obviously has some experience in construction or renovations, fixed up the place, ran out of money, decided to bring in some tenants. There
Yeah,
was
but
this-
what did he say on the 16th to the judge? To establish his right to be there, to rent to you, to...
The defendant said that he saw a posting at a co-op for the property, and that it said something to the effect of one family home needs TLC. So he decided he wanted to invest money in this property, and he claimed that it was a rent-to-own property, and that he met Lisa. He gave her $2,000. He had no proof of ever giving her any money. He had no receipts.
What did Lisa say when he said
Lisa said she had
that?
never met the defendant before.
What did the judge do? The judge was there just to figure out whether this was an illegal lockout and to give you folks the right to get back in there.
Right.
You guys ended up, all of you, including him, ended
Yes.
up winning the right. You were living there too?
Yes, I was, Your Honor.
You got the right to go back in there. And then what happened? You guys go back in there and what?
The place is completely destroyed. I also have video on my phone that I took of the
Let
property.
me see the video.
Yes. Downstairs, looking around a bit more.
Oh my God. Somebody clearly thinks you're all a bunch of squatters and just figured it was easier to just chop everything up
Front entrance, it's the stairs.
to get you out than to go to court to get you out.
Yes.
What is going on?
Okay, Your Honor. Me and a significant other of mine, we were staying together, right? So got into problems, we couldn't live together anymore, and started looking for a new place, right? I didn't really have the first month, last month, and security to pay for a new apartment. So I ended up running into an ad in a co-op, and it said at home, Tenant, Love and Care, exactly what the plaintiff was
This
saying.
place is a co-op? What did the other people say about what happened that night?
No, it's a food co-op. A food co-op. So it's like a grocery, and it's a grocery where people buy food and stuff. And there's a bulletin board outside, and it has a lot of postings.
Oh, okay.
For
Go
babysitters
on.
and stuff like that. So I called the owner, made negotiations to go to the
Who
apartment.
did you negotiate with?
It was Elisa, and she walked me through the house, explained, showed me everything that needs to be done.
What did she tell you was the status of her ownership of the place?
She's trying to get rid of the house, and it can be a good rent to buy opportunity. So to me, that was a no-brainer.
Where's the paperwork where Lisa rents the place to you?
You see, that's the problem. Once they came in and destroyed all the stuff, the lease was in the house, and the lease and everything else, along with Patrick's
Yeah, it's the same
lease.
thing he says. His paperwork was
Yeah,
also gone, and I could see the
everything-
paperwork everywhere. But okay, so if you met with Lisa apparently told the judge on the 16th that she doesn't know you. She never heard of you from a hole in a wall.
Yeah, I would expect her to say that.
Why would you
considering
expect her to say that?
the legal eviction that she had taken place.
But why would, if Lisa's in on it with you and she's getting paid, why would there have been an illegal eviction by her to begin with?
You see, the thing is, Lisa told me that we were supposed to go. She went away to school, right, and she's supposed to be back in February, right? So give her $6,000. I gave her $6,000, right? That was $1,000 for every month.
Can you prove you gave her $6,000?
No, I can't.
So how did you get the $6,000? It was in your bank?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you just show me your bank records showing that the transfer of $6,000 at some point?
Well, I don't have that information.
But you
right
know
now.
that this was going to be an issue, right? You know that people are accusing you, starting with Lisa on the 16th of December, that you're just a squatter who walked in there and an opportunist who squatted and then decided to profit out of the squatting. Squatting wasn't enough, but that you decided to rent out to other people.
Your Honor, I've did so much work inside of the house. From August, I've been there since August, right? So it's been about August.
And you know that that's true, that he was doing work on the house, right?
Yes, he
It's
was.
kind of weird. Kind of weird for a squatter.
So how do you protect yourself when you rent a room, say, from somebody? How do you protect yourself to know that the person has the right to rent the place?
Get something in writing.
What do you get in writing?
That he can't basically do any...
You know what, if I'm that guy and I want to get one over on you, I'll give you something in writing, and who cares? I gave you something in writing. How do you know? What do you get?
Well, you would take it to like a notary public or something?
I think you're off on this one. What do you think?
I think you should get proof that he is the owner.
How do you get that proof? Now, he's not the owner. He's the real renter, say.
Probably go to the city and ask for it.
I think he needs to get the original rental agreement that he got from the original owner.
Ding, 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 going inside the courtroom.
For a squatter to put the amount of work that I put into
Well, when a squatter thinks a squatter's going to be able to stay there, they put work in it. But anyway, so go on. So what happens now? You come home and you're shocked to see the place destroyed as well.
Yes.
You
yes.
all get together, file a lawsuit, go to court. The 16th, the judge hears it. Lisa's there.
Yeah,
Who
Lisa's
else?
there.
How many people own that place right now? There's like 5 or 6 people who inherited it?
Yeah, about 5 or 6 people.
Okay,
Me,
but all those people weren't in court on the December 16th date, right?
No.
Just Lisa?
Just Lisa.
What did Lisa say about all this?
Lisa denied the entire situation.
But why? Okay, I'm at a loss though. At the point when this happens, clearly he can't live there. He doesn't want to live there. How's he going to live there with this place all destroyed, all the walls wrecked and everything?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it looks like a bomb went off in there.
Yeah, myself
So
like.
he's not going to live there. So why do you not return his security deposit and at a minimum the rest of December?
Okay, I wasn't profiting off of this, right? Since I was under the impression that...
I'm sorry, he gave you $2,100, right?
Right. But
How are
since
you not profiting it out of it?
I was under the impression that on February we were supposed to sit down around the table, right, to go over the rent to buy opportunity.
That's your business. How are you not profiting from him by renting it? He wasn't borrowing it from you. You weren't letting him stay there rent free. You charged him $2,100. You're profiting.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, like if your money goes from Paul to Peter, that's your business. That's not his business.
I felt...
Okay, so why would you not return at a minimum the rest of December and the man's security deposit?
I feel that he deserves that back.
Then why didn't you pay it back?
But I don't feel like I'm entitled to give it back to him since I wasn't the one who destroyed the property, broken into, and threw everything out.
Heck no. Let me explain. You want to put your big boy pants on and be a landlord? Then let me explain to you how it works. You don't just get the good parts, the green. You also get the responsibility. You have a responsibility just like every other landlord in town. Anybody who's a sublessor or a landlord, you're a landlord when you're a sublessor, has the obligation to provide to his tenants a place they can live. And if something happens where there's not a place that they can live, then you don't get to collect rent on it or keep a security deposit. Are the other tenants suing?
To date, I'm the only one who has filed a civil suit
Okay, can I
against the
ask
property
you,
owners.
clearly the security deposit, tell me why, if you lived there in November and part of December, why it is that you should get all that back as well?
Yes, Your Honor. I feel that the defendant falsely represented himself as having the legal right to be there and deceived myself and the other tenants into believing that we were going to be residing there legally. So I feel like the whole situation was a fraud and that we were put in...
The problem is, what if whoever this person is who he says he dealt with, what if she really did take some cash to let him go ahead and do what he did? I mean, the guy's putting work into it. I have to, for you to be right about not having to pay November and the week in December that you were able to live there, for you to be right about that, I have to find that it's juicy, okay, but I have to find that he really is a squatter who went in there and has a hubris to rent it out, in which case I wouldn't expect him to show up on the 16th. I wouldn't expect him to testify under oath to a judge that he had a deal with her. I wouldn't expect him to have been working on the place. I kind of think he probably had a very bad deal with her. She doesn't have the right to really rent the place out because she's not the sole owner. But at a minimum, whether I don't need to find that or not find that, I think it's certainly possible. And if I think it's possible, then he may or may have had a right to go ahead and rent it to you. And you have to prove to me he had no right. It's you who has the burden of proving that other situation that is a pure squatter. And it's kind of hard because I got to tell you, logically speaking, and you seem like a very logical man, there are too many things that sort of point towards a stupid deal, but a deal nonetheless.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, but I am absolutely going to order him to pay the prorated rent for December and certainly the security deposit. He has absolutely no right to keep that. So that's a total of $700 plus $520, which is $1,220. Verdict for the plaintiff. That's my judgment. And you understand that you have the right, when you sue Lisa, who you claim you have a deal with, you can recover that money because she's cost you that money.
Okay.
If, in fact, you can prove that she cost you that money.
Yes,
and
right.
not that this other person went in there in the middle of the night. I don't know who did this, but when your lawsuits, your respective lawsuits are over, for God's sake, drop me a line and tell me what ended up happening.
Definitely. Thanks, Your Honor.
Unbelievable situation took place in that house. What's your reaction to the verdict as it comes out here?
Honestly, I still don't feel like as though I'm responsible for it. You know, I didn't have anything to do with that. You know, we both took
No, but you're a landlord.
Well, it was a roommate, you know, but technically a landlord, but I still don't feel like I was responsible for it.
Well, you didn't do the damage, but you're the landlord, so you have responsibility for what happens.
Right. But later on, I'm going to pull it up in civil court, you know, and try to be reimbursed for, you know, the payment that I have to pay him.
Right, you're going to go after that.
Yes,
somebody,
definitely.
right?
Definitely.
Lisa or somebody. Okay.
Definitely.
All right, right down this way.
Right.
All right, so how shocking was it for you to come back to your premises and discover it in that shape?
It was horrifying, actually. You know, I was concerned for my safety, just being there. And you can imagine what it's like to return to a place where you once lived, that was a place that was comfortable to live, and then all of a sudden it's just completely destroyed.
Harvey, what do you think?
Okay, to make sure that you can actually rent the place, you might even call the city and find out to make sure there's a certificate of occupancy, which gives them the right, and also, as you said, demand a lease. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
All right, listen up, nacho chips. Quiet down, crispy potatoes. This is the moment Velveeta's been preparing you for.
and you're not about to crack under pressure. Today's the day to go all in on the drip. Velveeta's Heat and Eat Queso is the MVP of any game day spread, so stick by them, and you'll be golden. Now get out there and make delicious history. No tailgate party is complete without Velveeta.
This is the plaintiff, Teresa Bender. She says she used to date the defendant and ended up loaning him money, which she has not been paid back. She understands everyone goes through tough times every now and then, but she needs her money and is suing the deadbeat for the $4,200 she loaned him. This is the defendant, Tobias. He says he's made payments to the plaintiff since they broke up, and he can't believe she's lying, saying he still owes her all his money. The plaintiff's just mad at him for ending their relationship, and this is how she's taking it out on him, with a lawsuit for a made-up amount of money he supposedly borrowed. Owe her? Nah. He's accused of letting a girlfriend down.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff used to date the defendant, got stiffed, but the defendant says she's a bitter woman and it's all a lie. It's the case of you stiffed me in a very bad way.
Thank you, Douglas. Teresa Bender, you are suing Tobias. You've asked us not to mention your last name for $4,200 that you say he owes you and refuses to repay. What's going on?
Tobias borrowed money in July of 2013.
Why?
He stated that his pipes busted in his house that he's renting out to someone and living in the front, and that he needed to borrow the money.
Now, what is he to you that you would loan him the money?
We were dating at the time.
How long had you been dating?
For 2 months.
And for 2 months?
Yes.
How had you met?
We were partners. We had learned dances.
Okay. So you've been dating for 2 months and he asked you for $2,000?
First it was $1,500, and then the day of he asked for $2,000, so I had to go to the bank to get the rest.
All right, and you just had that money lying around?
Yeah, it was part of my life savings, yes.
It's your life savings. You handed $2,000, you handed your life savings to a guy you'd known for 60 days?
Yes.
Is that how you've lived your life?
No, never. This is the first time I've ever did this.
Well, when you go big, huh? All right. So how'd that work out for you?
At first, he made the first payment 2 weeks after the contract was made, and then he quit his job. I helped him get on disability, so I was kind of being patient.
What job did he have when you met him?
He was a counselor, a drug counselor.
And then he quit his job, why?
He said that it was stress.
Well, yeah, everything's stress.
Yes.
Okay, so he quit his job, and then you helped him get on disability.
Yes.
Disability for what?
Stress. Everything that
he was stress. Where do I sign up? What, stress alone? That's it? Stress? Did he get on disability?
Yes.
Am I paying for him to not be stressed?
No.
I just want to know.
I did.
Is there something more to it than stress? Are you on disability now?
Actually, I am. And
for what?
I'm diagnosed.
Okay.
It's clinical depression.
Okay.
With anxiety. And it's from years of working in treatment in management.
Did she help you to get on disability?
Yeah,
which makes it all the more shocking that you don't pay her back the loan that she made to you. Is this a loan or a gift?
No, this was a loan.
Okay. How much of this loan have you paid back?
$1,035.
Really? Because in your answer to the complaint, you said you paid back $800.
I just revised that.
So you did revise it. So you did once say you had only paid $800. Why did it change from $800 to $1,000?
When I knew I was coming to court, I started really rethinking every time I made payments.
Oh, okay. Well, I want you to dig deep into your brain and pull out the proof that you've paid $1,000 something. Because if it's just thinking, you're not going to be able to prove it. I need to see proof.
That's why it's so embarrassing. But Ms. Bender is a pretty, she has a lot of integrity, and I don't believe that
How much did he pay you?
$420.
$420.
Yes.
And so, do you have any proof that you paid her more than $420?
I can tell you exact situations of each amount that I paid and when.
I don't care what your flapping gums say. I need to see proof.
Okay, and that's the embarrassing part. I watched you for years, and I didn't do any text messages or anything saying, here's a payment, here's a payment, here's a payment.
How about just getting a receipt?
There were also...
If you watch me, what else do I say? grab the nearest crayon
Yeah.
and piece of toilet paper.
You know.
Would you loan a guy $2,000 after knowing him for 60 days?
No, of course not.
Would you loan him 1,000?
No.
100?
No.
5?
Maybe.
Okay. Going inside the courtroom.
Judge Milian, several payments, there were witnesses.
Good. Call your witness. Call your first witness. Listen, let me tell you how court works. The plaintiff comes in, the plaintiff has the burden of proof. She has a burden of proof of proving the following sentence. I loaned him money. Not only, she has a promissory note that you signed, but aside from that, you admit that she loaned you $2,000. The defendant comes in and says, yes, judge, but I have a defense. And my defense is that I've paid almost all of it. You have the burden of proof on your defense. Prove you paid it.
I have no documentation.
Okay, so you say, look to her, judge, because she's a stand-up gal. Well, stand-up gal says that what you paid was how much again?
$420.
$420?
Yes.
Okay, so you got credit for what stand-up gal says you paid, and that's it. Now, stand-up gal, perhaps you can explain to me how you're suing for $2,000 when you admit that he paid you $420, and why you've added an additional $2,200 to your lawsuit for a grand total of $4,200. Court is about making you whole, putting you in the position you were in before you did something stupid, or before someone did something bad to you, I guess, technically. Although in this circumstances, it only happened to you because you did something stupid. But in any event, before somebody does something bad to you. The bad thing he did was he didn't pay you back.
Yes.
So now we got to put you in the position as though he had paid you back. That means that you should get $1,580. How in God's green acres should you get 3 times that?
Because if he would have paid me back, I wouldn't, every month I get $800. The money that I loan, I take a little of that and pay my bills. Everything was cut off during the course of those months, so I had to borrow money, which I never done before. I've never borrowed money. I'm too proud.
So you should get the lottery.
No, I need to pay these people back.
Yeah, you do. You need to pay them back. So you need to get the money that you were owed, not triple that, because, I had to borrow money and then you get a double, triple windfall. That's not how life works. And the next time, keep your life savings in your bank account.
I would.
Right?
Yes.
Right. Okay. I find in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of $1,580.
Thank you.
Well, the plaintiff collects against the defendant here. What's your feeling about the outcome here?
Well, I'm a little disappointed. I definitely have witnesses that I couldn't bring to court that would validate that I paid her over $1,000.
Why couldn't you bring them or get an affidavit from them or something?
Because they're mainly her family members.
Oh, and they wouldn't testify on their behalf?
Some of them are children and some of them are adults that were in the wedding that we were in together.
How's your stress level now, now?
Well, a little embarrassed. You know, I didn't pay attention to Judge Milian's suggestions in all the years I've been watching her, so.
Okay, right down there. All right, so you do win your case, but not for everything you sued for.
Yes, I have to pay back the people that I owe, so I won't do it again.
You learned a lesson here?
Yes, I did.
What, not to pad your lawsuit and try to collect triple?
No, not to loan money. I still help people, though.
Okay. Harvey?
Okay, now, if you loan somebody money, it's really simple. Get some kind of proof you paid. Get an email. Put something in writing. There are a million ways. A text, anything. Just get it in writing.